Yeah, this first one is a formality. Okay. I will call to order this meeting of the Erie County Board of Elections. November 23rd, 2022. Slonsky, would you conduct a call to the, roll call?
Mr. Baker.
Here.
Mrs. Showney. Here. Mr. Scatella.
Here.
Mr. Shea. Mr. Winarski.
I'm here.
And Chairman Rennie.
Here.
Oh.
Thank you. We will move to the hearing of the public. Is there anyone who wishes to be heard?
Yes, I wish to be heard. Can you hear me?
Yes. Is there anything we can do to improve the sound on that?
Excuse me, let me, can you hear me better now?
Yes. Okay, go ahead.
This is Freda Tepfer. I live in Erie. I'm actually on my way there. I was a judge of elections, and I'm also the friend of a person who once again has been unable to vote privately and independently at her polling place using the touchpad and the touchpad and the tablet. The people, at least this time, were able to find her the materials, but they were unable to get it working. This is really a very sad thing. The people know that somebody who wants to use that device votes regularly at that polling place, and it should have been their responsibility at the training, as I did, to try out that device. So, and to troubleshoot at the training, not on election day, and frustrate a voter who has a legal right to vote independently and privately. So I really hope, well, I understand the voluntary nature of poll working, being one myself. I do hope that in the future that they will work more diligently with the specific poll workers at that location to ensure that everybody has the right to vote privately and independently. Now, I'd like to share a few observations from my experience in this last election. I'm the judge of elections at 617, the Blessed Sacrament. We had at least 50, probably quite a few more people who attempted to vote down the street at a polling location that had been closed and came to our place, and I had to look up where they needed to go. These are probably infrequent voters and did not know that their polling place had already been closed. And I'd say 98% of them were supposed to go to Sacred Heart. So we need to be aware that just because we alert voters of a closure or a moving of a polling place in an election, that some voters only vote in the national election years and don't focus on what's going on in the primaries or the off years. That was one thing. An interesting thing that happened is I had several voters who were not, they had moved and they had believed that they had changed their registration to our polling location. There apparently is a misconception going around with voters that if they change their license plate, if they change their driver's license location, if they change their address with the Department of Motor Vehicles, that their registration is automatically updated. So that is a misconception that I hope will get corrected. Third thing, we had a last minute substitution of clerk. And at the training, I was aware that the 2 pages of numbers for the clerks was going to be problematic. And in fact, it was. I hope that you can come up with a way to make it a lot easier for the clerks to keep track of the numbered pages. And also my clerk and I.
Sorry, you've exceeded your time limit. I'm going to have to stop. I do understand you have concerns, and we will follow up with you at a later date as well. I appreciate your input. Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to be heard? Anyone else from the public who wishes to be heard? Last call, anyone from the public who wishes to be heard? Seeing and hearing none, we will move on to the certification of results.
Madam Chair, would you like me to go over each race? On 2 vote getters, or would you prefer just to list the winner of each race?
Is there a preference among board elections?
Whatever's the most.
Just the visuals, that's fine.
And the race for U.S. Senator was John Fetterman with 56,228 votes. The race for governor was Josh Shapiro with 62,854 votes. Representative in Congress, Congressman Mike Kelly, 56,257 votes. Mike Kelly was the overall winner in the Commonwealth. For the representative in the General Assembly, District 1, Patrick J. Harkins with 13,327 votes. Representative in the General Assembly, District 2, with Bob Marks with 16,053 votes. Representative in the General Assembly, District 3, was Ryan Mazzaro, 19,934 votes. Representative in the General Assembly, District 4, Jake Banta was the winner with 16,375 votes. Representative in the General Assembly, District 6, Brad Roy was the winner with 2,336 votes here in Erie County. Of course, his district does cover additional counties. And that is what we have for the results, Madam Chairwoman. And for the certification itself, to follow up with the email we sent you yesterday evening. And now, 5 days after the completion of the within computation of votes, the petition for recount, recanvass have been filed in accordance with the provisions of the election vote for a case of petition, revision directed by the Common Pleas Committee, we certify the within return of the votes cast being true and correct. We move for the motion, we go through this process here and have all of you sign.
Thank you. I will entertain a motion to certify.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion, questions from members of the meeting? Seeing none.
I'm sorry.
Usually we just thank all of you in the office, and I would say now.
Thank you.
Madam Chair,
Yes, Mr. Benarsi.
I did receive a letter from one of our constituents that wanted me to read it, and so I'll do so. But he would just like to take the time to applaud the efforts of all those involved in the clerk of election office during the tabulations of our most recent election on Tuesday. Although I am not a fan of mail-in voting, I must say that the Erie County Clerk of Election, Ms. Julie Slomsky, and her office staff, along with the volunteered on election and simply did an outstanding job. For these hardworking individuals to open and tabulate 25,000 ballots by the end of the evening on election day is amazing. I know firsthand the hard work and dedication that goes into such an effort, as I participated as a volunteer in the process in 2021. I did so learn firsthand how the process worked, and in doing, I learned how hard work it does for this process. Erie County is very fortunate to have such a wonderful clerk of elections, along with their dedicated full-time staff. There are courthouse and numerous volunteers that assist in the process on election day. Please pass on my congratulations to the entire staff of clerk office and the job very well done. God bless America. Mike Temasinski, Milton Green County.
Thank you, Mr. Benarski. Are there any other questions or comments? Seeing none, move ahead with the certification.
Mrs. Shamler.
Yes.
Mr. Scatella.
Yes.
Mr. Shank.
Yes.
Mr. Winarski.
Yes.
Mr. Bale,
Yes.
and Chair Lippman.
Yes, thank you. Is there anything of the order? I will entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.
See you back at 9 o'clock.